Hello everyone, thanks for joining us. Well, people have been squabbling about how much tax to pay, well, since the time of the pharaohs. So today's fights over federal tax fairness are nothing new. But Uncle Sam's income tax may be the least of it. Consider all the other kinds of taxes we pay. Sales tax, property tax, gas tax, even a tax on our groceries. And when you add them all up, it's not pocket change. We get off light, though, compared to some other countries, but we still demand plenty from our government. That has to be paid for somehow. We begin today by facing the facts on taxes. Here's Frank Sesno.
So here's a stupid question. How much tax do we really want to pay? As little as possible, right? But we live with such a blizzard of deductions, exemptions, surcharges, penalties, fees. How do we even know what our tax bill really is?
Tax time, bad time. For many, a complicated all-nighter, a flurry of forms. For others, well, not so much. About 47% of American households pay no federal income tax at all. But everybody pays some combination of taxes. Income tax, Social Security and Medicare tax, state income tax, sales tax, property tax, vehicle taxes, tolls, license fees, and more. Some taxes vary depending on where you live or how much you earn. New Hampshire has neither an income tax nor a sales tax. Some target only some people, like alcohol users or smokers. We love to complain about our taxes, but they're a lot higher in some other countries, like the 25% consumption tax in Denmark, or Ireland's top income tax rate of 55%. What's fair? Is simpler better? Thousands of small changes to the federal tax code have slipped in over the years. Do tax breaks work? For home ownership, education, charitable giving, hybrid cars, you name it. Would we rather pay tax on what we earn or what we buy and consume? Here's a fact. The United States is the only major economy without some kind of national consumption tax, though there are plenty of state and local sales taxes.
How can the tax code raise enough to fund what the government really needs to do without taking so much that it kills off savings and investment, or just gets wasted? Big questions to ask in hard times as we face hard facts.
And here is something that just may surprise you. Federal tax revenue as a percentage of our gross domestic product is at its lowest level since 1950, more than 60 years ago. Let's take a look at some numbers. In 2010, federal tax revenue came to 15.1% of GDP. In 1950, it was 14.4%, rose to 19% in the 70s, and hit 20% at the start of the new century, and has been gradually falling to last year's low of 15.4%. And while a little tax relief is always welcome, here's the problem. In 2011, the feds collected roughly $2.3 trillion in tax, but we spent $3.6 trillion, which leaves a $1.3 trillion deficit that just adds to the current national debt of $16 trillion. And no matter how you do the math, that is a lot of zeros. Now, the easiest way out of such a big hole is just to stop digging. But there is a problem. More than half of all federal spending occurs automatically without any congressional debate or congressional vote. Now, just over 55% of the federal budget, about $2 trillion, is so-called mandatory spending. Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and federal and military retirements. And what all these programs have in common is that the actual spending levels are determined not by Congress, but by the number of people who qualify for the benefits, which now leaves just 45% of the budget for discretionary spending, which, despite the name, are pretty important. Now, these are programs that can range from transportation to education, even defense. But because they're discretionary dollars, this is where the budget hawks zero in, because their funding is determined by congressional vote. Now, if you'd like to see more facts just like this, just head to our website at okhorizon.com, where we have daily updates from Face the Facts USA. Now, when we return, disagreement over some state questions.